Hmm. So let's start. I will simply.
I think Martin.
Yeah. Okay, let me check. Martin, right? Okay, Martin is here. Okay. Welcome to Martin. Welcome, Martin.
Hi, nice to see you all.
Yeah. So let's start our session. So I'll start. Dear parents, student, and industry stakeholder, I would like to welcome you all on our Facebook page and YouTube channel, live counseling session, where today we'll be talking about study in UK and one particular university from UK, De Montfort University. Before it, let me talk about my company, KIEC. Formerly, we used to call it Kathmandu Infosys Educational Consultancy. Myself, Rajendra Rizal. I'm the founder, CEO of KIEC. We have been offering our service of abroad study and test preparation for last 15 years. And we have 13 offices in the major cities of Nepal, as well as we have 2 international offices. One is in Sydney, Australia, and another is in Newcastle, UK. When we talk about UK, it's made up of 4 countries: England, Scotland, Wales, and Northern Ireland. The current population of UK is 66.65 million, and the area is nearly double of our country, Nepal. And the capital city of UK is London, and it is also called financial capital city of the world. There are over 140 universities in the UK for international students, and 4.5 lakh students choose to study in UK higher education every year. Also, I would like to share you why Nepalese students should study in Australia. There are a number of reasons. I would like to name few of them. Globally recognized degree, affordable tuition fee as compared with major study destination like Australia and US, Canada, wide range of scholarship, percentage of international student, post-study work opportunity, which has recently been reintroduced for international student, work integrated learning program, wide range of courses, strong resource infrastructure, flexible and easy visa processing. And if you are married and planning to go UK for master degree and above, your spouse can join with you. So in short, I must say UK degree offers you a kind of proactive and problem solving skills sought by today's companies and research body around the world. Why UK universities are well known around the world? It's because of their qualities and quality assurance measures by several national and independent bodies, like Times of Higher World University Ranking, QS World University Ranking, Research Excellence Framework, Teaching Excellence Framework, Quality Assurance Agency, National Student Survey, Graduate Employability Rate are few. This assurance will help you to make an informed decision while choosing the right university in UK. So just let you know, 1 in 7 global leaders are UK graduate. So now let me talk about the university, De Montfort University, which is a 150 years old university, having gold rated from TES 2017 of its its quality of teaching, which is highest rating by Department of Education, Teaching Excellence Framework. It holds 601 World University ranking, as well as 74th rank among the UK university as per the Times of Higher World University ranking 2020. And also, as per NSS 2018 National Student Survey, the university student satisfaction rate is above the average, that is over 86%. The university is home of over 20,000 students from around the globe across its all faculties. Yes, it is De Montfort University. based in Leicester, which is just an hour away from London. So today we will know more about DMU from the university, and for it I have invited 4 guests to talk about the university. And during the session, we'll be discussing so many things like facilities for international students at DMU. Why Nepalese students should choose DMU? Why DMU is different from any other UK university? Student service for international student, support service for international student, ranking of the university, about faculties and popular courses under UG and PG, English language requirement and alternative test due to this COVID-19, method of assessment of students' performance, available intake for international student, university relationship with industry for work integrated program which they offer, scholarship opportunity for Nepalese student, graduate employability rate, and also little more about Brexit, how it is beneficial for international students. And also, we'd like to know a message from the university during this COVID-19 pandemic. And during our session, we will be accepting the student queries through our Facebook page as well as YouTube channel, and we will be answering those questions accordingly. So let me introduce my team. Martin Booth, Regional Manager of DMU, Amar Fahad, Country Manager, Henan Vadar, Country Manager, Joe Agar, Country Manager. And now I would like to share this floor to DMU team, and we would like to hear from horse mouth. Welcome you all on our Facebook page and YouTube channel.
Thank you, Rajendra. Thank you very much for the welcome, and we're very happy to be here with you today. I'd just like to introduce you to the team. So my name, as you've said, is Joe Agar, and we have Martin Booth, who's the regional manager for our team, along with Hina and Amar, who are here today to hopefully give all of your students more insight about the Montfort University. And if your students do have any questions, they can ask us at any point, and hopefully we can answer them as best as we can. I'd just like to pass it over to Martin, who would like to say something more about the Montfort University and introduce you to our wonderful uni.
Oh, thanks very much, Joe. Good morning or good afternoon, everyone. So my name's Martin Booth. First of all, I just want to say thanks very much for everyone joining the session today. We're sure it's going to be very productive, and we're looking forward to answering all your questions. I also wanted to thank very much KIEC for this opportunity to obviously meet all your students and prospective students in the Nepal region. Obviously, the most important thing to say is that I hope everyone's safe and well, and all your families too, during this unusual period that we're all having to deal with throughout the world. Just quickly to say, so my name's Martin Booth. I'm the regional manager, and myself and the team are responsible for helping students from Nepal to come to travel to the UK and study at the university. As well as the team we have here, obviously we have a significant number of other members of the staff back in the UK who are here to help you with whatever aspect of joining the university might be. And we're very pleased to do that. And that's not just at this point before you join the university. That will be while you're at the university. Joe will go into more detail, but we have a significant number of initiatives that we have in place to support and make your life at the university as best as possible. And Joe will also talk about some of the amazing statistics we have with regards to employability once you leave the university, because obviously it's not just about coming to university and being at the university, it's about what it's going to give you in your future lives and careers. So that's obviously a very important aspect. Joe will talk about in a bit more detail. Just want to talk very, very quickly about a couple of quick things. First one, as we've already talked about, is that the university is based in Leicester, which is just over 1 hour north of London, so we're quite near to the capital city. But I think if you look at Leicester in England and the UK and exclude London, Leicester is seen as being pretty much the most international city in the UK. We're definitely seen as being probably the most multicultural city in the UK. And definitely we're known as being the most South Asian city in the UK. So what that means for you as students coming from Nepal is that when you come to Leicester, You're obviously going to be very at home and able to enjoy many of the things that you would enjoy back at your home, whether that be enjoying food from home, religious practices, meeting with people from your own country. We have all of that here, so you're going to be very, very comfortable. But at the same time, Leicester is very much a British city with a rich British culture, and you're going to be able to immerse yourself in that culture and the strong British education system that we have at Montfort University. So just really want to say that putting the university aside for a moment, the city of Leicester, where we're based, is really absolutely an excellent city for students who are coming from Nepal. Just moving on very, very quickly to the university itself, and I'll let obviously Joe talk in a lot more detail about this, but just to say at a very high level, we have over 400 programs, we have 4 very large faculties, and we're teaching across many different levels. So what we find is that many students who are coming from the South Asia region, and specifically Nepal, the programs we have tend to be the programs which are most popular and most of interest for students from your region. So we're quite confident that in most cases, what you're planning and thinking about maybe studying whilst you're in the UK, we should hopefully have that program for you. So yeah, just to recap, the city is a great city for you, and I'm pretty sure in almost all cases, we'll have the program that you'll want to study. So thanks very much for the opportunity to speak, Joe, and I'll pass over to you now. Thank you.
Thank you, Martin. That's very good, and thanks for the introduction. So if anybody does have any questions with regards to, let's say, Leicester as a city, please do feel free to ask as we go along. And during our interactive question and answer session, we can maybe address some of those questions for you. And as Martin said, we are a university that has lots and lots of different courses, over 400 courses to accommodate students from all backgrounds. And these courses themselves are very particular for South Asian students and tailored towards what you would want to learn. So as Rajendra detailed at the start of our session today, this year marks our 150th anniversary. So we were founded in 1870, originally as an art school, and that's still kind of core as to what we do to this day. So say, for example, in recent years, we've spent a whopping 58 million renovating our art, design and humanities complex. And for our campus as a whole, we've invested over 130 million, kind of reinvesting back into facilities to give back to students and make sure that you have the best learning environment to enhance your, not only enhance your learning capabilities, but also give you the best opportunity to acquire skills that can help you for employment post-graduation. So as Martin also briefly touched on, we have 4 faculties at our university. So business and law, which we teach the likes of MBA Global, which is an entry-level MBA where you don't necessarily need to have work experience. But for any of our postgraduate courses, you would need a 4-year bachelor's degree to actually apply to such courses. Within that faculty as well, we have the likes of project management, Msc Air Transport Management, which is a relatively new course, and it's very different to other courses because it's more so a conversion course. So, for example, if you come from a geography background, business background, economics, even engineering, you can apply for that course because it's more so focused on the management side of air transport and airlines and so on. Within that faculty as well, we have the longest running courtroom on campus. So if you're interested in studying LLB law, business law, or international law, there's no better place to practice your skills than an actual courtroom. So just a little bit of history for you. We actually have the longest running courtroom in the whole of the UK. So that again just adds a lot of heritage and history for you as a student. Within the business and law school, we also have a Bloomberg trading room, which is linked to the Wall Street Stock Exchange and basically gives you a chance to, let's say, lose fake money before you start losing real money on the stock exchange. And you can really hone your skills and apply the skills that you've learned during lectures and seminars in the trading room. So we have approximately 15 trading desks, which you will work alongside your fellow students and your lecturers to gain those skills and get more experience. Following on from this, we have the computing, engineering and media faculty, which is very popular for our South Asian students. And we have lots of bespoke courses within that faculty, such as aeronautical engineering, mechanical engineering, energy engineering, and so on. We also have cybersecurity and cyber technology, which we are really good at, which is a really good course at our university. So, for example, this course is taught in conjunction with industry experts such as Deloitte, Airbus, and so on. So this can give your students the confidence and you the confidence that you're not only going to study a good course at the university, but you're going to be studying one that is relevant to the workplace. And with these links to industry experts and big corporate companies, we have guest lecturers coming into our campus. So you not only have lecturers and academics delivering talks to you, but you'll get to actually hear from industry leaders as to what it's like to work in the industry, and they'll give you tips on how to improve your employability prospects. Just to let you know, within our computing and engineering faculty, it's very popular, as you'd imagine, and year on year we are inundated with applications. And this year we have caps on the number of students that we can take into the courses. So if you are interested in studying such courses, please do contact Rajendra and Ravi and their team at KIEC so that they can help you further and move this forward. Okay, so moving on to our art, design and humanities complex. So this is, like we mentioned towards the start of the session, this is kind of something we're really passionate about. And for example, we are one of the only free universities in the whole world to be offering the likes of footwear design and contour fashion. So it just shows how well taught the courses will be and how specialized such courses will be for your students. We also offer the likes of architecture, design, crafts, and ceramics. You've got the likes of fashion management and buying, fashion management and marketing. So it combines the fashion and business courses together. So if you've got an interest in both, that could be something for you. We also have textiles. So if you're more so interested in design, that could be of interest. We have product design and interior design. And just to let you know, we do have all of the facilities and workshops for you to actually design and make your products whilst you're here on campus. So that's just to add some reassurance for you. And finally, we also have our health and life science faculty, which we're also really proud of. And just to let you know, we have been teaching the likes of pharmacy for the last 100 years. So again, it would add extra reassurance that the level of teaching would be of high quality, and the research that we kind of undertake throughout the course will be of high class. We also offer the likes of adult, child and international nursing, nutrition, BSc, educational well-being, and pharmaceutical biotechnology. So there are a variety of different courses within that faculty as well. And if you do have any questions whilst we're talking about these faculties, please do feel free to ask, because we want to make this more so an interactive session after we've had this spiel, so that we can interact with you and answer any questions that you may have. Okay, just to follow on from this, you might be thinking, okay, what makes the Montfort University different to other UK universities? What makes the Montfort University stand out? Okay, so if somebody said to you, we can guarantee you a 97.3% chance of graduating, of getting a graduate job after graduation, you'd be thinking, who can guarantee that? University can guarantee that? Well, how to say that the Montfort University can guarantee that? So for 97.3% of our students, they're either in full-time employment or continued studies 6 months after their graduation. So this not only gives you the reassurance that when you're at our university, you're going to gain the skills to actually go into full-time employment, but it also gives you the assurance that we have the links, the industry links, and we can prepare you to actually go into the workforce and be prepared from day one. We also have TEF Gold, which was accredited to us in 2017 by the British government, which not only reflects our teaching quality, our student satisfaction, but also, like we've said, our employability success. So again, this just adds extra kind of confidence to you that studying at De Montfort University is a very good option for you to take for your studies in the United Kingdom. We also have what's called the Emu Global Initiative, which is basically where we encourage our students to to combine their education and degree with global experiences. So say, for example, students go on trips to New York, Berlin, Paris, Hong Kong, America, Vietnam, Japan, and so on. And these trips themselves are highly subsidized. So you will receive a travel bursary, which means you'll probably only end up spending half of the actual trip cost. So these trips are really for you to gain international exposure and learn new things about different countries around the world, maybe pick up different languages, maybe meet people in different walks of life for industry and so on. So it's a really, really exciting initiative, which we would advise you to ask more questions about and also connect with Rajendra and his team at KIEC if you would like to find out more information. Just to add to this as well, let's say if you weren't so keen on going on international trips, closer to home, De Montfort University is a very international and diverse university. So for example, last year we were voted the University of Social Inclusion for within the United Kingdom, which shows you that we're not only a university that is diverse, but we are inclusive to anyone from any background. So on campus, we have over 135 different nationalities, and this just gives you evidence that you learn about different cultures, different ways of life, and you maybe pick up different languages whilst you're at De Montfort University. So it's a great thing to consider when you're deciding as which university you want to come to. Okay, and just to add to this as well, we are the #1 university in the United Kingdom for BAME students. That's Black, Asian, and minority ethnic students who are in highly skilled employment. And yeah, so hopefully that gives you and your students the extra confidence that, you know, when considering studying at De Montfort University, it could be the best choice for them. And I just want to move on quickly before we start our, let's say, interactive question and answer session to our international student benefits. So we offer an airport pickup for all of our international students, and just, you know, as Leicester is very centrally located, we're 40 minutes away from Birmingham International Airport and an hour, just over an hour on the train to London and an hour and a half to London Heathrow. Following on from this, we have what's called the buddy scheme, which is where we pair you up with a current De Montfort University student to meet on, let's say, a fortnightly basis, build up a friendship, and it's really for you to kind of acclimatise to life at De Montfort University and the way of life within Leicester a lot quicker than what you would normally. We also have an international week where you, which happens twice a year, where you get a chance to meet other international students, make new friends, and really, again, settle into life within Leicester and at De Montfort University. We also have in-sessional academic English support and Explore the UK scheme, which is basically where you go to different cities within the UK and get a chance to experience different cultures. Okay, so hopefully that gives you an idea and an insight at a very high level of, as to our university and the courses and the support which is on offer for you as an international student. And hopefully now we can address some of your concerns during our question and answer session. And if you do have any specific questions, please do feel free to ask, no matter what it is, and we can hopefully help you alongside Rajendra and Ravi from KIEC further.
Yeah, thank you, Joe. Yes, so far, we have received few queries from the student, and there is a query from Ratana Dimal. She was asking, hello, DMU, what are the academic requirements for postgraduate?
Okay, so which course is did she specify which course she'd like to study in particular?
I can see this is after a general entry requirement. So,
okay, so
yeah, please.
Sorry. Okay, so for let's say the English requirements for postgraduate courses, generally it would be Ielts level 6. But then for, let's say, the nursing courses, it can go up to 6.5, and then for the speech and language therapy courses, it could be even higher. Just to let you know as well, we have the online English test, our own, let's say, DATE test, which is the Montfort Academic Test of English, which is free for all international students. And as long as it works in exactly the same way as Ielts, and if the student passes that test, they can use that to support their application. And I guess with what's going on right now, it could be a viable option. Just to add to that as well, we are also accepting Ielts online indicator and the TOEFL home edition. Just to go back to the original question, to apply for a postgraduate course, it's really crucial that the student has a 4-year undergraduate degree. And dependent on the actual course requirements, the academic requirements can vary, but generally, 2 moments.
Yeah.
We would say that we would say that the student needs to pass, the HSEC 12th grade with 65%, average in the best 4 subjects alongside their undergraduate degree.
Yeah, there is another question from Dhimal. What is the next available intake?
Okay, that's a very good question, and I guess that's something that's we've been asked a lot, and I guess it's quite right for students to be concerned and curious as to what the next available intake is. And I think I'd pass this over to Martin as he'd like to further expand on that and clarify our current position for you.
Sure.
Thanks, Joe. Thanks for the question there. Yes, that's as Joe said, that's a question we're being asked all the time, and obviously with the current COVID-19 situation, that's very applicable. Yeah, just to let you know that we are absolutely, in fact, we had an official confirmation yesterday that we are going to be starting our January intake as per our January intake, excuse me, our September intake, which actually is the 5th of October is the start, because students, as you will imagine, arrived a little bit before. So we're definitely having the September or October the 5th intake is starting then. There's going to be a combination, depending on government guidelines, there'll be some teaching where it'll be in small groups, and there might be some where there's the need for maybe large auditorium teaching with hundreds of people. Those very large teaching activities might be done online, but it's definitely be confirmed that we're going to have a normal start in September, October as per normal. Just to let you know, as a sideline, depending on how the situation unfolds, and please bear in mind, it's not totally a university decision. In fact, it's really a governmental decision. So our government is going to say to us, this is when students can start. These are the safety requirements you need to put in place. And obviously the Nepalese government will be doing likewise on when they say students can travel, etc. But just so you know, we've got the October intake as normal. We'll also be, if we need to, look at potentially having a January start. And I guess if required, we could also potentially delay the October start to once the government says that we can begin. But just so you know, we're very much full speed ahead, and we've had an official confirmation from the university just yesterday that the September-October is starting. So if you haven't already done so, I would really encourage you to make your applications. Obviously, you can speak to KIEC with that, who can take you through that process. So get your application in. We'll get the offers to you so you have that. Meet your English requirements. As Joe mentioned, we have our own online free test, or we have some other tests through other parties available as well. So hopefully that answers your question. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Martin, for the answer. And we have got another question. Can we apply for double master degree, which means like a student who already have done master from Nepal and again she wants to apply for master degree?
Okay, thank you, Rajendra. I just wanted to clarify the previous question as well. So for our postgraduate course, the student would need to have a 4-year degree from a good university with a GPA of 3 out of 5. With regards to second masters, that is kind of dealt with on a case-by-case basis, and will be kind of it's more so something. Let's say if a student did a previous masters in business and law but wanted to specialize in a different faculty, that's where we could maybe consider such students. But we would kind of, let's say on a general on the general side of things, we would say we would encourage students who are standard applications, who are meeting all the requirements, and who haven't maybe, let's say, had previous masters experience if they want to study a master's degree.
Yeah, okay. We have got another question, Joe. What are the IELTS requirement for UG?
For UG?
enroll for UG?
Okay, so the IELTS requirement would again generally be IELTS level 6, but then for some of the, let's say, health and life science courses, it could vary going up to 6.5 to 7. And just to kind of reiterate, we do have our online English test, which works in exactly the same way as IELTS and is completely free.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I have got another question. Could you please tell me about the part-time job opportunity in Leicester for overseas students?
Sure, yeah. So as some of you may know, whilst you're studying in the United Kingdom, you can work up to 20 hours a week part-time. And in Leicester, it's a very affordable city. So you're likely to be spending £800 to £900 a month maximum. That's including all bills and your accommodation. And we have lots of agencies within Leicester. We have a recruitment agency on campus. Students can work as a student ambassador. We have big sporting clubs nearby, such as Leicester City. And of course, everybody knows about the Leicester City football team now after our 2016 Premier League winning campaign. And although it's not guaranteed, there's potential for students to apply for jobs at that club. So there are plenty of jobs that will be available for students, and they can work up to 20 hours per week.
Yeah. Okay. We have got another question, and it is about the scholarship. So can you please explain us a little more about the scholarship?
Sure. Yeah. So generally, we have two main scholarships. So number one is the early deposit discount, which is £500, and number two is the international student scholarship, which is £1,500. So both together, students are entitled to £2,000. But we do have additional scholarships, such as the sports scholarship, which is more so for students who maybe have had an exceptional, let's say, youth sporting career, and they can apply for that and other alternatives. But students can crucially only apply for one or the other, either for the £500 and the £1,500 or the other scholarship.
I just also wanted to add to that they are. Sorry, there's a little bit of echo. I also wanted to add to that they are available on a first come, first serve basis.
Okay, thank you. And yeah, okay. Hannah, have you done? Yeah, okay. Yeah, I have got another question. Can you please clarify about the education gap for UG and PG?
Sure. So the education gap for postgraduate would be a maximum of 3 years. And the student would need to, let's say, provide, alongside their statement of purpose, they would need to provide an explanation for the gap in their studies, be it work experience or a change of career. For undergraduate, it's more so a maximum of a year. That's what we would recommend, because you've got to ask the question, what has a student done straight after they graduated from school?
Yeah. And also, we would like to know more about the accommodation, because there is a question from a student. She wants to know the accommodation facilities for international students.
Sure. So accommodation is guaranteed for all international students. As we have a city centre campus, which makes it great for students to get around and it's convenient, and we're 5 minutes away from the actual shopping centre, we're 15 minutes away from the train station. And as all of our accommodation is on campus, it again makes it easy for students to get to their lectures and seminars. So the pricing of accommodation per week is roughly £100 to £160, which is very affordable. We have the likes of ensuite accommodation, shared accommodation, and even studio accommodation. So there are lots of different options for international students to choose from. And we have supermarkets within walking distance from accommodation as well, again, adding to the convenience.
Thank you. So there is another question. Is it possible to transfer college from Australia to UK? That's a question.
Okay, so did they specify, are they studying an undergraduate right now and want to do postgraduate? Okay, so as long as they have a let's say, if they've completed their undergraduate studies in Australia and meet our requirements, of course they can apply to study one of our postgraduate courses.
Okay, thank you. And there is a question. Is there any nursing course? If yes, what is the IELTS requirement?
Okay, very good question. So yes, we have a range of nursing courses. So we have, as you'd expect, child nursing, adult nursing, and also international nursing and leadership, which is more so tailored at our international students who might want to, let's say, set up a clinic of themselves in the future. So the IELTS requirements vary dependent on which nursing course, but kind of, let's say at base level, it's 6.5 to 7. And students would need to provide an IELTS. So our online English test isn't eligible for any of our nursing or speech and language therapy related courses, but it is now eligible for our MPharm course.
Yeah. Okay, Joe, this is my question. Can you please explain us a little more about the university industry relationship over there?
Sure, yeah.
Because you are the program, the university relationship with the industry, because you also run the work integrated program. So just wanted to know how, what kind of relationship that you maintain with the local industry over there, if the students are after the placement.
Sure. I think I'll pass this on to Agar because he's an he was an international student himself, and he can give students, let's say, relatable information that could support them as well. So I'll pass it over to Agar.
Thank you, Joe. Thank you very much for the referral. Sorry, because of the connection, so I couldn't hear quite well the question at the beginning, but I'm more than happy to share my own experience when I came in as an international student here. I can tell you it's quite different from, sorry, I didn't hear.
Yeah, do you want me to repeat the question?
Please, yes.
Yeah, the university relationship with the industry, because there are many students who are after with the work placement opportunity, work integrated programs that the university is offering. So we just wanted to know the university relationship with the local industry, so that how easy it is to get the work placement opportunity for the student.
Fantastic, fantastic. Yeah, again, as Joe mentioned at the beginning, that in each faculty we have a placement team, and we always encourage our students to go and speak with them and meet with them. And the reason why, because we have really good industrial link, and this will help the student if they're trying to achieve or learn new practical skills. The university and each program is designed to teach the student, our students, the practical skills, so they can be ready for the market. And just to echo Joe's point, our employability rate is 97.3, where the average in the UK is about 94%. And this shows you how we, as the Montfort team, we look after the practical skills for the students. Again, there are different things that Joe mentioned that we encourage the student to participate in, and this will help with the student CV. Myself, I'm an international student when I came to the UK a few years ago. And what I did is I went to the placement team. They helped me with my CV, with my cover letter, and they taught me how to approach their connection, the industrial links that they have in the market. They prepped me for the interview, and it was really useful. And I've managed to have a placement. And after the placement, I've volunteered for some work. And at that time, the post-study work visa was available. So I've applied for this and managed to secure a job because of the practical skills that I gained. So definitely, any student, we do recommend, please do speak with the placement team. They will help you. And as much placement or volunteering that you can do, this will help you as well to secure a job, hopefully, in the near future. Hope this answers the question.
Yeah, I would like to add one more questions in here. Do we have to pay extra amount for the placement?
No. So previously, before the PSW announcement from the government, which is not finalized yet, but we're looking forward to hear all the details from the Home Office. We used to offer on the postgraduate level a few courses with a placement, and yes, we need to pay extra. But for now, we don't offer the for example, any postgraduate level with placement on the visa. But the student is more than welcome to apply within the UK once they secure a placement or a job opportunity to extend their visa within the UK. They don't have to travel back home. They can do this. For the undergraduate, that's a bit different because they will need to pay about £800. Again, this is when they secure something within the UK.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. There is a question. Yeah. Have you got the IELTS waiver for PG course? Yeah, of course we don't, but what are other alternative options available to the students?
Okay, so I just wanted to add, before we answer that question, just to add to what Amar's just said. Although we don't have any placements attached to our master's courses, for some of our bespoke Leicester Castle Business School courses, we have, let's say, individual projects that act in a similar way to internships. So say, for example, we have the company executive project, executive company project, where we pair up a student to a local, national, or even international company, and they'll work together on a 3-month kind of time period, and work collaboratively to provide whatever project the student needs to. We also have a business research project, which is where a student will formulate a business idea and then kind of go through the process and trials and tribulations for the 3 months, and then pitch their business idea to lecturers and to business industry experts. And then finally, we have what's called a Consortium Project, which is basically where the student on the whole would work within a university department or a local company and act on a consultancy basis. Maybe for Nepalese students, they might help local Leicester companies branch into the Nepalese market or understand more about the Nepal market. Hopefully that helps. And then with regards to your English question, so for postgraduate courses, we don't have a specific English waivers. Students would either need to provide an Ielts or take our online English test. And of course, they can provide academic Ielts, Ielts online indicator, TOEFL home edition test. And we also have the Duolingo test, but only for pre-sessional English courses right now.
Okay, there is one question from Birendra Gurung. Would you please figure out the support mechanism provided to overseas student by De Montfort University?
Yeah, so as we briefly touched on earlier in the session, we have lots of support mechanisms in place to help students, not only whilst they're studying here, but before and after they graduate. So say, for example, we have an airport pickup, which is where students, it's a free service as well for students. We have the buddy scheme, which is where we pair up a new international student with a current De Montfort University student, and they build a friendship over a fortnightly basis. We also have the in-sessional academic English classes. So if a student is struggling academically, they can take those classes for free. We also have an international support team on campus that can help students throughout their time at the university as well, to add to this.
Yeah, there is one question. We can answer it jointly. Can spouse of master degree course allowed it to go along with the student? Yeah, as per the Tier 4 guidelines, yes, you can. Yeah, your spouse can join with you. So, is there any restriction for De Montfort University to accompany spouse?
Okay, that's a very good question, and thank you for asking that. I guess as a university, we're a very welcoming university, very family orientated, as well as on an individual level, and welcome students from all backgrounds, as you've all kind of got to understand. But like you've just said, Rajendra, as long as they meet the Home Office guidelines, we are good. And like you've just said, as long as they abide by that should be okay.
Yeah. Okay. And one more question: is there pre-sessional English course available if the student is unable to meet the entry requirement?
Yeah. So we have various pre-sessional English courses available, depending on the student's current English level. They've all been moved online. But then, if you do feel confident that you can meet the English requirement, we would encourage you to apply for our English online English test as well. And yeah, but just for the pre-sessional English courses, students would either need an Ielts or a Duolingo to support their request.
Yeah, okay. And now I think we don't have any further questions. So I would like to ask a little more about the Brexit. How an international student can get the benefit out of it.
Okay, I guess that's a question that many students will be asking right now, and it's been a focus of the country for the last few years. I think I'd pass this on to Martin, as his expertise lies in Europe. and he can hopefully clarify that further.
Sure.
Okay, thank you, Joe. Yes, it's a very interesting question, and it's something that's also been going on for a period of time now. So as I'm sure Joe's explained, we have students joining the university from over 130 countries around the world, and we certainly have many of those students are coming from countries within Europe. In terms of that, some of those students, because they're Europeans and part of the European community, benefit from things like access to the UK student loan. They also receive they pay the same tuition fees as a British student, which is slightly less than an international student. And whilst that situation currently remains, obviously, as and when the UK formally leaves Europe, and those areas are confirmed, it's possible that European students won't have access to the student loan, and it's possible that they will pay the slightly increased tuition fees that international students pay. So I guess what that potentially could mean, although there's likely to be, and as you probably heard and can pick up, our main focus is supporting students. So we'll put in place things to support European students in other ways. But potentially students who are currently coming from Europe may look at other options within Europe, whether that be to stay at home and work with and do studies within their own country. I still think many of them will come to the UK and to Montfort because of all the great benefits of that. But I guess what that potentially means is that not only our university, but the higher education in the UK is going to be looking to recruit, not recruit, wrong word, to have students join us from other parts of the world, even more so than the current ones that we enjoy coming from Europe. So I think to answer that question is, yeah, I think we're going to be, it's going to be even more important for De Montfort and other universities to welcome students from other countries around the world, and obviously Nepal is a perfect example of that. So hopefully that answers that question a little bit.
Yes, thank you, Martin. And just let's talk about this COVID-19 and its impact for any students who are planning to study in UK. So can you please explain us a little more about the current situation over there in UK, how the things are going, as we come to know that the several things is easing gradually over there and life is coming back to normal. So just would like to know more about it.
Okay, sure. And I guess that's also something that many of our prospective international students are wanting to find out more information about, because of course everybody is concerned quite rightly about the safety and how their life would be when they're studying in the UK. So things are getting better, and that's the positive side of things. And I guess for our from the university's point of view, we are putting the necessary kind of guidelines in place to ensure that the safety of students is paramount as to what we do. So, for example, at the moment, we're putting in social distancing measures, and also measures in terms of a teaching protocol. So come September and October, there might be a situation where we have a limited kind of number of students in the classroom, and maybe some will be studying online one week and some will be in the classroom another week, and so on. So things are getting better, and as time progresses, we will kind of prepare kind of procedures in place.
Yeah, thank you, Joe. And also, due to this COVID-19 and travel restriction, many of the students are not being able to travel. So we may get some students who wants to do who continue their study as a distance mode. So is there any arrangement for any student who wants to study online?
Do you want me to pick that one up, Joe? Yeah, I think as I mentioned earlier.
Sure. Yeah, I didn't quite hear that. My connection.
Sorry, I think Joe's internet connection. We've got a bit of a storm going on here, so I think he's going to cut out. Although, funnily enough, Joe and I live quite close to each other, so maybe it's because I'm on the top of the hill and he's at the bottom. My connection's better. Yeah. So Sorry, so could you repeat the question again? Sorry.
Yeah, any students who are planning to study online, what arrangement and what are the benefit that a student can take out of it? Because there are some students due to this pandemic, they simply doesn't want to
Okay.
discontinue their study. So just like to know more.
Yeah, so as I said earlier, we've definitely had formal confirmation that we are going to be opening campus and start the intake for September, October at the normal time. So we're definitely going ahead with that. So that's the first thing. But the second thing I'd add to that is, as I think I also touched on earlier, that we are going to be advised and we'll be following the instructions from the UK government and governments around the world. So if the governments say to us that you will not be able to do face-to-face learning in any way at all, then clearly what the university will do, and we're doing that currently at the moment, because as you can probably see, we're all sat at home, and students are as well. So for the current students who would normally be on campus, they are, and they're not allowed to be studying face-to-face or on campus. We have put in place so that students can study online. So if students, say, if the September intake begun and they literally, the governmental advice was you're not allowed to, the students would have the option to completely do everything online, but then obviously join the university and participate face-to-face as soon as the governments say that we're able to do that.
Okay, I have got another question. In DMU, is there any course related with Master in Fashion Design?
Yeah, so we have a just 2 moments.
Joe's just
sorry. We have a fashion management and marketing a course at the Montfort University for the postgraduate. So we do have such a course available. Does a student want to know anything in particular about the course?
No, it just has asked the master in fashion design.
Okay, so we don't have, let's say, a purely fashion and management course, but it's fashion and management with marketing.
Okay.
Just to add, if you don't mind me saying, to this course, it's one of the good courses for students who are planning to do this. As Joe mentioned at the beginning, the Montfort, they do excel in fashion and arts in general, and this is how the university started many years ago. And the good thing about the Montfort, the new building where the fashion programs are taught, it was renovated with 58 million pounds. And again, it's something that the university and the placement team for that program, they have industrial links, and the student can actually do a work-based project that will help them when they study the fashion promotion and the marketing and the global fashion management in general. Again, different to other universities, because we get this a lot from other students asking, so what's the difference between DMU and XYZ university? We can reassure the student with our arts and other programs, of course, but I'll speak about fashion arts in specific now. You have full access to the academics, to your personal tutor. You have the studios that you can work in. You don't have to wait. We have the equipment. We have everything just to support you from A to Z, and until you gain that experience, of course, and network properly. I hope this helps with the question.
Yeah. Thank you so much for your
Thank you, Aman.
answer.
And just to clarify as well, students don't provide a portfolio for such courses like fashion and management, but students would need to provide a portfolio for the likes of textile design, product design, architecture, and so on.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, the student is also interested for fashion management, which is very good news. Yeah, definitely we do offer that. Now I think we are nearly to the end of the program. So just would like to know, is there any particular message that the GMU wants to give for Nepalese student?
Yeah, maybe I could jump in there and just say a few words, and then maybe hand over to Joe and obviously yourself. So just to finish up. Yeah, I just want to say that just reiterate those key points that I said at the beginning, that the city, I absolutely assure you, Leicester is without a doubt, shadow of doubt, going to be the very best city for you as South Asian students coming from Nepal. It really is great for you. The university, clearly, we have lots of programs, and you can see the support structure before, while you're at the university, and after is second to none. Clearly, we're going ahead with the September intake, and I would really encourage students, if you're thinking about coming, to make your applications sooner rather than later. We expect now, we've had some confirmation that the September-October intake is going ahead, that applications going to be started coming very thick and fast. And obviously, you don't want to be at the end of that list, so that maybe if places become limited, you fall out, you lose out. So I'd really encourage all students to obviously make contact with KIEC, who can take you through that process. And obviously, if there's any other questions, you can go to KIEC. They will, in most cases, be able to answer those, because they know the university very well. If there's any additional information that's needed, obviously, we are, as a team, very pleased to support them and support you. So hope you're all safe once again, and we're very much looking forward to joining and meeting with you on campus in Leicester. Thanks very much.
Yeah, thank you, Martin. Is there any word from few word from Joe?
Sure, yeah. So thank you for that, Martin. And just to kind of add to Martin's message there, like De Montfort University and the City of Leicester is a really good option for you to consider. And I guess working with KIEC, they can help and support you from the start of the process all the way to the end. When you come to De Montfort University, it's a university for you, and we're inclusive for anyone from any background. So if you are serious about studying at De Montfort University and you would like to apply, we would encourage you to do so sooner rather than later. And Rajendra and Ravi and their wonderful team can help you accordingly.
Yeah, thank you, Joe. Yeah, thanks so much, DMU team, Martin, Ravi, Henan, Joe, and Amar. Thank you so much for your participation. And yeah, the program went very well. And definitely, yeah, we'll be having lots of questions even after the program as well. We will keep you sending the email, and we will be accepting the answer, and we will be disseminating those answers to those students who are after it. And stay safe and maintain the distance.
Thank
Bye,
you.
everyone. Thank you.
Thank you. Take care. All the best.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye.